Hello, my beautiful viewers. Welcome again to Mathematics Bank. I'm your favorite teacher, Jefferson, and today we're going to be solving more problems on laws of indices. If you are just joining us for the first time, you're welcome. Please do not forget to follow our page and also help share our videos so some of your friends can also learn from it. If you check our previous video that we uploaded, we started with indices and we talked about 4 laws of indices, and today we're going to be looking at more examples on how we can apply those four laws of indices on solving index problems. So today we have 6 questions on the board, and the first one has to do with x raised to the power 2 times x raised to the power 5, and B has to do with 2r raised to the power of 2 times 3r raised to the power of 3. And then we have b raised to the power of 7 all over b raised to the power of 4. And then we have 6x raised to the power of 5 divided by 3x raised to the power of 3. And then we have a raised to the power of 3 all raised to the power of 2 times 2a raised to the power of 2. And then we have 3x squared all raised to the power of 3 divided by x raised to the power of 4. Good. So now we are going to be solving these questions one after the other, applying the laws which we talked about in our previous video. Let's get started. Question number 1, A. So let's see what we have. We've got x raised to the power of 2 times x raised to the power of 5. This is a straight and simple question. What do? Like we said, multiplication law. The bases are the same, x, x. So I'm going to pick 1x. And then because we have times here, we are going to add our powers. So it automatically becomes 2 plus 5. So that gives us x raised to the power of 7. And how did I get 7? 2 plus 5 gives us 7. So that is answer to question number 1. It is as simple as that. When your bases are the same, pick one of your base. And when you are timesing, add the powers together. Question number B. It says 2r raised to the power of 2 times 3r raised to the power of 3. Good. Now how do we solve these questions? Here, r raised to the power of 2 is carrying a coefficient, which is 2. A coefficient is a number that a variable carries. So r raised to the power of 2 is carrying 2, and r raised to the power of 3 is carrying 3. So what are we going to do first? We're going to multiply the coefficients first. So here becomes 2 times 3, 6. 2 times 3 gives us 6. Now let's go to the base. Here the base is arrow, and here the base is arrow. They are the same. So I'll pick one of the base, arrow. And because I am timesing, and the question is multiplication, we are going to add our powers together. So here becomes 2 plus 3. And of course, the final answer becomes 6r raised to the power of 5, because 2 plus 3 gives us 5. It is as simple as that. First, we multiply the coefficients, and then we add our powers, because we are multiplying. So let's go to question C. We've got b raised to the power of 7 all over b raised to the power of 4. All right. Now, of course, b raised to the power of 7 all over b raised to the power of 4 can also be written as b raised to the power of 7 divided by b raised to the power of 4. Now, this brings us to the number 2 law, which says division law. When the bases are the same, it doesn't matter the law. When the bases are the same, pick one of the bases. So here becomes b. Okay? Now, because we are dividing, we will subtract. We're going to minus. So here becomes 7 minus 4, because we are dividing. So automatically our answer becomes b raised to the power of 3. And how did we get 3? 7 minus 4. It is as simple as that. Follow the laws, follow the rules, you get your answer correctly. Let's go to question D. Question D says 6x raised to the power of 5 divided by 3x raised to the power of 3. Again, let us see how we can solve this problem. In this question, it is just like question number 2, which has coefficients. Here, x raised to the power of 5 is carrying 6 as a coefficient, and then x raised to the power of 3 is carrying 3 as a coefficient. So what are we going to do? We are going to divide the coefficients first. just like the way we multiplied the coefficient first in question number 2. So 6 divided by 3 gives us 2. So here becomes 2, right? Now the bases are the same. So I'm going to pick one of the base, x. Because we are dividing, we're going to subtract the powers. When we are multiplying, we're going to add the powers. So here becomes 5 minus 3. So our final answer becomes 2x raised to the power of 2. Because 5 minus 3 gives us 2. It is as simple as that. When you understand the laws, then you know what you are doing. So now, let's go to question number E. Question E says, a raised to the power of 3 bracket 2 times 2a raised to the power of 2. Okay, now let us see how we can solve this problem. Now, here, you will notice that our base and our power is carrying another power, which is the power outside. So what are we going to do first? So open this bracket here. The power inside multiplies the power outside first. So that gives us 3 times 2. So here becomes a raised to the power of 3 times 2, okay, times 2a raised to the power of 2. And of course, 3 times 2 gives us 6. So here becomes a raised to the power of 6 times 2a raised to the power of 2. You see, now we no longer have any brackets in the question. We are good to go. So let's look at the coefficients again. A raised to the power of 6 carries 1 here. Because there is no number. When there is no number, we have 1 there. So we have 1 here as a coefficient, and we have 2 here as a coefficient. So what are we going to do? Because we are timesing, 1 will multiply 2. And 1 times 2 gives us 2. So here becomes 2. We multiply the coefficients now. So let's work with the base. I have base A, and then I have base A here as well. So I'm going to pick one of the base A. Because we are timesing, I will add the powers together. When we are dividing, we subtract the powers. So here becomes 6 plus 2. So our final answer becomes 2a raised to the power of 8. Because 6 plus 2 gives us 8. So from this to this. And how did we do that? Following the laws of indices. We did not just imagine, we follow the laws. Now we have the last question for today, which is question F. So I'm just going to erase the board so we can have space to solve that problem. Please, I hope you understand what we are doing here. All right, because that is why we are here. We are here to help. We are here to see how we can understand, how we can explain maths in a simple way. In a simple way, how we can break it down for students that have some learning disabilities, some learning difficulties to understand mathematics. Now, let us go to question F rather. So question F says 3x raised to the power of 2 bracket 3 divided by x raised to the power of 4. How are we going to solve this math? Watch. There's a power outside again. Don't forget that. So like I told you, whenever there's a power outside, it affects all of the powers inside the bracket. So how do we simplify this? The coefficient here has its own power. But what's the power? 1. Why is the power 1? Because there is no power. Because you can't say that the power of 3 is this 2. No, it is wrong. The power of 2 is x here carries the power of 2, not 3. So what does 3 carry as a power? It carries 1 as a power. So it simply means the 1 here will multiply the 3, which is the power outside. So here becomes 3 raised to the power of 1 times 3, which is the 3 outside. And then now x raised to the power of 2 times 3. Are you with me? 1 multiply 3, 2 multiply 3. The power outside multiplies all of the powers inside, like I said. Now, divided by x raised to the power of 4. Now, 1 times 3 gives us 3, so here becomes 3 raised to the power of 3. 2 times 3 gives us 6. X raised to the power of 6 divided by x raised to the power of 4. Alright, so now without wasting time, let's see what we are going to do next. Here, 3 raised to the power of 3 means 3 times 3 times 3. Now you can decide to leave it like this, or you can decide to simplify it more. But because we are simplifying means breaking it down to the lowest 10. To the lowest 10. So we're going to break 3 raised to the power 3. 3 raised to the power 3 means 3 times 3 times 3. And that's 27. So here it becomes 27. Now I have base x and I have base x. Pick one of the x. Because we are dividing, we're going to minus. So we're going to subtract the powers. So here becomes 6 minus 4. So automatically we're going to have 27x raised to the power of 2. So these are the questions for today. And this is how we were able to solve these questions. I believe you've learned something new today. Like I always say, if this is your first time joining our channel, you're welcome. Please do not forget to subscribe and also help share our videos so that other students can learn from it. Till we meet again in our next class, thank you very much.